Hey, beautifuls. Before I start, guys, I want to play this song I've been listening to. It's really, really beautiful. Listen. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. Listen to it. It's really good. It says, I'm no longer a slave. I said slave. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. But I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. But I am a child of God. Okay, y'all, so that is my song. This lady who did my hair, she was playing this song, and then I've been loving it ever since. And it says, I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. So I'm no longer a slave to my issues. I'm no longer a slave to the things that's keeping me in bondage. I'm no longer a slave to the chains that is keeping me stuck. Because I am a child of God. And when you're a child of God, you are free. But before I go into that, y'all, it's this book that I told you guys last week. If you watched my video that I put up about me and Lamar first time grilling, showed this book. It's about Tony Evans, Life Essentials, and it's this story I want to read to you guys before I go into the message. It says that, where is it? He said, because he's talking about he's talking about being at the circus. He said, it always amazed me that these huge animals, weighing several tons each, were kept in a place by a single chain. He's talking about an elephant. And he says they were kept in a single place by a single chain, wrapped around 1 foot and tied to a small stake. Any one of those elephants could have easily ripped the stake out of the ground and ran away, but that almost never happened because the circus elephants, this is where it gets good, the circus elephants have been conditioned to forget who they are. Their identity has been taken from them. By that, I mean that these elephants have been trained since they were babies to submit when they feel the tug of that chain on their legs. The trainer has conditioned the elephants to accept their chains so that they can be tamed and controlled and put on display for others, for the entertainment of others. If that is not powerful, he said they have been conditioned. They have been conditioned to forget who they are. Their identity has been taken from them. And so it allows, and it says they submit when they feel the tug of that chain on their legs. The trainer, which is the person that's training the elephants, has conditioned the elephants to accept their change. What is in your life that you are accepting as just that, as this is what it is? This is for me, because this is all I've known. These elephants have been trained since they were children. This is all they know. And he said that these chains, they train them to let them know these chains are what you have to stay in. And so as they grow, it says that this pretty much puts them into a box of, control. And that's exactly what it is. But that story, that story is amazing, because you could just take that into many different places. Like what's chaining you in your life. And that goes back to that song, I am no longer a slave to fear. But if you allow the change to keep you chained, then you are its slave. So whatever is keeping you in the chains, you are its slave. You have become its prey. So I'm going to go into the message, guys. And the reason why I asked, where are you, is I'm not sure if many of you have read the story of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, they, beginning of time, God placed them on the earth, and God told them that they could not eat from this tree. This certain fruit that was on the tree, they ate from it, and then when God came, he walked the garden, they hid themselves, and because before then, they didn't know that they were naked. But the minute they ate of that fruit, they became naked, and then they had hid from God, and God is like, where are you? And so that's where I want to come from. God is saying, where are you? And when I ask that question, where are you? What is keeping you hiding? Like, you're looking at, okay, well, I've done this. Like, I'm sure that they thought, okay, well, God, I've done this. You can possibly love me. You couldn't possibly accept me because I've done this, I've done that. And so it's like, what is keeping you hiding? What's keeping you staying in that familiar place? For, if God is saying, where are you? He's not looking for you to hide your shame, hide the things that you've done. He wants you to expose these things to him. He wants you to give these things to him so he can heal you. And so I go into asking, like, when I say, where are you? Because God says, where are you? And that was Genesis 3:9. God is saying, where are you? And it says that I break it down a little bit more, and I ask that, and it says that when God asked him, where are you? It says that, who told you that you were naked? So when you're in hiding, ask yourself, what's keeping me in hiding? So am I hiding behind insecurities? Am I hiding behind lies? Am I hiding behind, failures? Am I hiding behind addictions? Am I hiding behind habits? Am I hiding behind, this boyfriend? Am I hiding behind this husband? Am I hiding behind, my success? Am I hiding behind my career? What are you hiding behind? And you can ask that question, am I hiding behind my doubt? Am I hiding behind the limitations that I've been used to? And you can ask yourself, what are you hiding behind? And you can admit it. And it's kind of like, it'll make it to where you will be from that deceived place. Because when you look at it, when you go into hiding, you're covering yourself. Adam and Eve covered themselves. But what if you're covering yourself, the thing that you're covering yourself is now becoming your comfort? What if that doubt is becoming your comfort? What if lying has become your comfort? What if sex has become your comfort? What if that boyfriend has become your comfort? What if that thing, that whatever that you're dealing with has become your comfort? So outside of it, you feel naked. So you have to have it. Outside of that, if you don't smoke that blunt, I'm naked. If I don't do this, I feel naked. So I have to hide in it, because if I don't hide in it, it's going to reveal me. It's going to reveal what's really wrong with me. And I don't think I'm ready to face that. I don't think I'm ready to face what's really wrong with me. And you have to, and that's what it is. You have to know that when you come out of hiding, when God says, where are you? And then you come to him, you have to be ready for what he's about to get ready to reveal about you. I noticed in this walk, God will begin to expose you of everything, the good and the bad. And it's not like when he exposes you of the bad, it's not to keep you sheltered or to keep you discouraged. It's to actually get you to that place that he's calling you to. So you have to be exposed of where you are at. So what are you allowing to deceive who you are because of where you are? Are you allowing, okay, well, I've done this in my past. I've done that in my past. And so this is my new me. God, you couldn't possibly accept me. Like, how can God take me in if I've done all this wrong? Like, who am I? What makes me so great? You see what I'm saying? But then when you can and what the enemy does is that he wants you to have those very thoughts so you can be like, you know what? I'm going to stay right here. You get comfortable in it. How can I go back to school? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I do that? And so you get comfortable in it. And so you begin to hide in it. And it's like where you are at does not define who you are. But if you allow where you're at to define you, then it has control over you. Just like that elephant. That elephant was controlled by chains of a trainer telling them when they can go, when they cannot move, when they can come in, when they cannot come in. And so you have to know, okay, is this my life or is this your life? And you have to ask God, okay, God, I want you in my life, but I need you to help me to be able to, not stay in this hiding place, because that hiding place is actually making you a slave. And like that song says, I am no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. And even in my youth ministry, today we talked about, it was one of the questions. It says, all of us try to hide our pain in some way or another. Why do you think we do that? And when I seen that, it's so, because I've already been like in my word, and I already had this message already, ready to give you guys. I did this message 2 days ago. So to see this, I knew God was like, it was right on time. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is time right into what I've already went into studying on and getting scriptures on and everything. And so I asked the girls the question, And it's like this one girl said that she said that, you know, I don't want my weakness to be exposed. I don't want nobody to see that if I, you know, like let's say she was saying that somebody was hurting, but instead of them admitting that they were hurting, they, you know, like they tried to fit in. Like her friend, I think her friend mom had something happen, and so the girl was actually in pain, but she didn't want people to look at her as being weak, so she refused to cry. And so I'm like, wow, these kids are 8th grade. So I know if these 8th grade kids are going through, I know that these grown people that's out here, they're hiding somewhere in something. I mean, maybe you're hiding behind your money. Maybe you're hiding behind you like I said, you're hiding behind the door that you're used to going into. And God is saying, I want this door to be closed. I want this door to be a closed chapter in your life, but you keep on opening it because you can't. It's like you're hiding behind it. And so when I asked that question, the girl said that she was hiding behind, the girl was hiding behind her weakness. And I was letting her know that it's not when you try to keep yourself from being, you know, exposed of your weakness. It's when you can expose your weakness so you can be strengthened. Like when I come to you guys and I give you guys, you know, insight, you know, in and out of my life, whatever. It's not that I'm looking to, oh my God, well, I don't want to share everything because I want them to think I'm weak. There are certain things that I'm okay with sharing, but the things I do share, it's actually, I use these as a stepping stool to build me, to make me stronger. And so, that's a good question to ask yourself is, you know, what's keeping you in hiding? That is a good question. And now the next one is, God is calling. Are you willing to answer? God is calling. Are you willing to answer? And you may be like, God, I mean, I know you're there, but I don't want to do it right now. I don't want to, I got this right now. I don't want to lose this. And he's saying, like when he called Adam, he was like, God is calling. I don't care where you're at. I don't have to have you. You don't have to come to me all the way made up. You don't have to come to me in perfection. I want you flawed. That's what you have to understand. God wants us to be flawed. And so, Holy Spirit, speak. And so, when God is calling you, will you answer that call? Or are you so busy in doing what you're used to doing, or in that familiar place, or, you know, you don't want people looking at like, oh, you in God, and, you know, that's another thing. So you have to not, like, I feel like, I don't know why people think that being in God is whack. I don't get that, because now, I mean, at first I used to, you know, kind of like look at it because my mama, she was real, you know, Christian based. And I'm like, okay, I used to get made fun of because of who she was. And so I began to deny myself of it. But now as I got older, I'm like, I don't see why I ever denied it, because honestly, you want to be set apart. I don't want to be, like I told God, I don't want to be like this world. I don't want to be the typical Christian. I don't want to be the typical, you know, woman. I want to be different. You know, I want, when people see me, I want to be, hey, what, when you see me and when you hear my name, I want it to be, you know, like something that's not the typical of everybody else. And that's kind of why as a God continue to grow me, I keep, you know, I have to expose myself, because I don't want to be like everybody else. And I'm okay with that. That's the point. Like, I'm okay with being different. And I think that's what makes me me. Another thing too, guys, is that, are you hiding from God when he is calling you to him? So are you hiding from him when he is calling you to him? See, God says, I chose you. You didn't choose me. He says, I chose you. You didn't choose me. So are you hiding from him when he has called you? And you're like, okay, God, like, once again, well, God, how, I mean, you know, I still smoke weed, or God, I'm still fornicating, or God, I'm still doing this, or I'm still doing that, I'm still doing this, I'm still doing that. You know, you have all these reasons, these excuses to why you can't answer the call. Like, it's like seeing a phone ring. Like seeing a phone ring. This, like, I'm seeing this phone ring, but I keep rejecting this call. I keep rejecting this call because I'm not ready to face me. I'm not ready. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, don't answer the call of God because they're not ready to give up. They think, well, if I get in God, I'm going to have to give up this person. I'm going to have to give up this. I'm going to have to do this. Like, And they look at, if I get in God, what I'm going to lose. And it's kind of like, no. But what you have to understand is that when you deny God because of what you feel you're going to lose, you're already losing. When you deny God because of what you feel you're going to lose, you're already losing. If I deny God, I say, God, you know what? When the time me and Mark, we got together, we say, no, let's give up sex. If I deny God because of my fear of losing Lamar, I already set myself up to lose. If I deny myself God because of my fear of losing Lamar, I already lost. And that's why that's why God wants us. God's a jealous God. Nothing can come before God. God has to be the first in your life. And that's why I always stretch it, women, that we cannot put men before God. We cannot put, God knows that we all need, we all want that love. We all need that significant other. He knows that. And He's going to place those people in our life that's for us. And so, but it's like, but you can't put them before God. And you have to know that you cannot put them before God. God comes first. And when God comes first, everything else falls in order. And another thing too, the person that you with has to be able to embrace your walk. They have to embrace your walk. And if they don't embrace it, you keep praying for them, because don't deny yourself from being free because of what they may perceive you to be. Like, oh, you changing, or you not the same no more. Yeah, you're right. I'm not the same no more, because I'm coming to who I really am. It's never that you're changing. It's just you're coming to who you are. See, when you get in God and you begin to not want to do, like I told you, your appetite will begin to change. You will not want to do things anymore. They'll be like, okay, I used to want to do this. I used to hang with someone, so I want to hang with them. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you thinking it's not you. It's the God through you that's changing. Your appetite is changing. And so God is coming in and He's cleaning house. And so you have to know that that's why I know people don't get in God, because they know when you get in God, be prepared for some things to be taken away, some things to be changed, and He's gonna give it, and He's gonna do it step by step. Just like He impours, He's gonna take out. It's like when God, everything that I seen God do in my life, it did not all come at one time. Like it was steps. It was steps. Because He knows what we can and can't handle. He knows the season He has us in and what He wants us to receive from that season. So everything's a step. So question is, are you willing to take those steps? And are you willing to come out of hiding to come into who you really are? And if you're not, and if you are, it's like if you're at a battle to where, God, I want you, but I don't want to lose. I want you, but I don't know if I want you. I want you, but I don't know if I want you. I don't know if I know how to be in you. Then that's when you have to just go to God, and you have to be honest about where you're at and ask God, hey, God, help me in this place. I mean, it's like I'm at battle with myself. And let God know about that battle that you're in. Don't be afraid to let God know about that battle that you're in. That you have to expose to God where you at in order for Him to deliver you. He can't deliver you if you're not exposed to Him, where you're, okay, God, I'm bleeding. Okay, I'm bleeding. Okay, let me know where you're bleeding. Be specific. Okay, God, this hurt me. This has done this to me. This has done this to me. Go to Him like you would if you call your homegirl, call your homeboy, and be like, okay, and you go and telling them stuff. You get the gossiping the same way. Go to God with your gossip. Go to God with that. Okay, God, I really don't like this girl. I don't know what it is. Okay, God, I'm at this place, God. I don't know if I'm gonna be at this job. I don't know about that. And you just go like you're an actual conversation, like a conversation with your best friend, a conversation with your mama, a conversation with your boyfriend. A conversation. That's what God is. God is a relationship. It's the relationship, and in that relationship, it takes commitment, and it takes, loyalty, and it takes, are you having to dive yourself with God? And I think that's a lot of people have to understand, is that when you get in God, you do have to dive yourself. And if you're not willing to dive yourself, then of course you're not ready to walk into the place that God has for you, because it's getting in God is going to require you to dive yourself. Another thing is too that I asked is that, what are you refusing to remove out of your life because of what it may reveal about you? And so, and if you refuse to remove it, are you prisoning? Are you staying in your own? The question is, are you staying in your own prison when you can be free? Are you staying in your own prison when you can be free? So you're refusing to remove this thing out of your life because you don't want to lose. But like I just said, are you staying in your own prison when you can be free? Just like yesterday, Lamar was out, and I thought he told me he was driving my car, and so I'm in the house, whatever, because I thought he had my car, whatever. And so the whole time, because we supposed to be going out, and I was supposed to be going to get the stuff and everything, so I thought he had drove my car. So the whole time, I'm in the house, whatever, and the whole time I had my own keys. He's like, baby, I don't have your car. And so I was like, are you serious? So the whole time I've been in the house, and I had my own keys, and I had my own everything. The car was already here. And I'm like, wow. And I got a message from that. It's like, you know, everything we're wanting is found inside of us. Like, this is like your spirit is the house. Like, your inner being is the house that God lives in, that he dwells in, right? So everything that you're needing to get to that career, to get to to get to whatever you're trying to get to, everything is found inside of you. And God's saying you have the keys. You have the keys in the house that you're trying to access. The things you're trying to access in that house is in you. It's in you. And it's like, how deep are you willing to go to find those keys? And it's like, that's why I said the whole time I'm in the house, because I'm thinking my husband took the keys and I'm in the house. And it's like, you can be putting yourself in your own prison when God is saying the keys is found inside of you. You just got to unlock the doors and come out. You got to like unlock the doors, come out. You can be your own prison. You can be your own prison, your own prisoner in your own prison. And like me and Lamar was talking about yesterday, we was talking about how we were driving this, you know, it was real pretty outside, and I was just like, I'm like, you know, I was looking at how, I'm like, it's amazing how people, you know, people who are in prison, they miss out, you know, on, you know, who've been getting X amount of years to, you know, be in prison, how they're missing out on, you know, getting, you know, to be able to live life, you know, and see the outdoors like they would want to. And then Lamar was like, he was like, it's the same thing though. He's like, it's just like if somebody is in a prison up here. So what makes their prison indifferent from your prison? They're in the state told them, okay, you're in prison for this amount, X amount of years. But the enemy, which is prisoning you, it's like it's the same thing. It's not any difference, because they're in an actual physical bar that's gated that tells them that they can't get out. This is where you're going to be for this X amount of years. It's the same thing when your thoughts tell you that you can't get out. This is where you're going to be for X amount of time. This is where you're going to be for the rest of your life. This is who you are. This is what you're going to do. You are this, you are this, you are that. It's the same thing. Your freedom is being missed, just like their freedom is being missed. When you deny yourself of what is for you, you're in the very prison that people who are dealing with sentencings, like dealing with years in prison, that are actually prisoners. You're a prisoner when you don't allow God in. You are a prisoner when you allow that, when you allow what you're used to, those habits, when you allow those addictions, when you allow those people, when you allow those things to stay in your life that you know that's not good for you. You are allowing yourself to be a prisoner in your own prison. You may not have the bars like they do, but you are trapped. You are trapped. You are trapped. You are trapped. You are trapped by the enemy. You're trapped by the enemy that continues to whisper in your ear to tell you that you are nothing, to tell you that you won't make it, to tell you who are you to make a change, that you are your enemy. Your own inner enemy is prisoning you. And when the more told me, I was just like, wow. Of course, y'all know I had to go and go. I'm like, okay, because that makes so much sense to me, and I'm just like, we are no different. Like they're hiding. See, they're in an actual bar. They're in an actual gated, prison cell. But we are actually hiding behind our prison cell. It may not be physical, but it is internally. It is internal. We do have the very thing that we're needing is inside of us. And if we don't allow it to come out, we are prisoned. We are prisoned, we are bound, and we are not moving, and change is not happening. And that is so true. That is so, so true. Like another question I wanted to ask you guys is that, have you become identified by what had you hiding? So have you become identified by fear, insecurities, jealousy, hate, doubt, low self-esteem, telling yourself, okay, I can't go any further? Have you become identified by with everything that kept you in hiding? And that's what I was telling my girls. I was like, could it be that the thing that you're hiding in has become your comfort blanket? Now it's like I can't see myself without, I can't see, like I said at the beginning, I can't see myself without this. Like, how can I go any further without this? This is what I know. This is my comfort. And it's like, what do you do when the very thing, so when God takes you out of your comfort, you don't know how to submit to it. You don't know how to submit to that uncomfort, because it's like, okay, God, you're taking me out of my comfort zone. And I can't work too well. Like me and Lamar gave up that sex, that was me. I was out of my comfort zone. You can't take me out of something I've been doing ever since I was 15, God, and then expect me to be okay with that. Like, how can that, like, that's not going to happen. You want me, and it amazed me when God was like, when God showed me, you're stronger than you stronger. See, we're stronger than we think we are. When the minute I'm thinking like, there's no way I could do that because I failed before. How many times have y'all done something like, okay, God, all right, even if you don't, just know God like that, or you just tell yourself, okay, how can I even do this when I failed before? And it's like, we are our own enemy. We are our own inner enemy. And God is saying that, the very thing that you are hiding behind, you're only allowing it to become your comfort blanket. You're going to continue to keep on covering up with it year after year, week after week, day after day, until you decide, I'm going to burn this blanket. I'm done. It's only giving me so much. My feet still be cold when I put it on my feet, over me. I need something new. And it's like, you're going to know, it's like, I feel everybody knows when they hit that place in their life. It's like, you know what? Nothing's moving. Like, I want more. And it's like, your inner being will begin to, it's like you'll begin to know when you want more for yourself. And if you don't know how to want more for yourself, ask God, help me to want more for myself. Like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to get to it. I don't know, how to do this. Help me. So when God sees that you're willing to take those steps, He will begin to help you direct those steps to get to that purpose that He's calling for you to get to. So the thing is, once again, are you willing to stop hiding? That's the only thing. Are you willing to stop hiding behind that comfort blanket? Are you willing to stop hiding behind that home girl? Are you willing to stop hiding behind that boyfriend, those drugs, that sex, Facebook, Instagram, likes, views, followers, all that? Are you willing to stop hiding behind that? Because what do you do when, okay, so this one girl, which it amazes me because they're so young and they're already dealing with stuff like this. She said that she likes to sing, and this girl, y'all, she's in the 8th grade. She has a beautiful voice. And so she did a Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat, but she did a Snapchat, and she was singing. And so she said she didn't see any views. She's like, nobody liked my video. And she was telling me. And so I was like, and she said, you know what I did, Desiree? She said, I took it down. I said, why'd you do that? And she said, because. And I said, well, you're hiding behind people. Because you're defining who you are behind people. So if they don't like your picture, is it gonna make you any less beautiful? If they don't like your video, is it gonna make you any less anointed? Is it gonna make you any less this, any less that? And so, and I couldn't have given them that if God didn't give it to me. And so when she told me that, I said, no, you go put that video back on your page, because God has given you a voice. And that voice is not for that voice is not for people to tell you, okay, I think you should. That voice is for you to do the works of God. And if God has given you that voice, you continue to keep posting those videos, even if you get one like, if you get one view. Because guess what? Guess who your biggest audience is? It's not your Facebook friends, because you only know half of them. It's not your Instagram friends, because you don't know half of them. And it's not your Twitter. It's not your Snapchat. Your biggest audience is God. God overrides all of those likes, all of those views. When He sees that you're walking in order and fulfilling purpose, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I was telling her, don't let somebody tell you, because she was like, she said the minute she seen it, she got real insecure. And so like, maybe my voice isn't, and I was like, no, don't let the enemy put that in your mind. Don't do that, because this girl has a beautiful voice, y'all. She's in the 8th grade. And so it has to have started somewhere. And so that's why I just like to, plant. That's why you have to plant, positive seeds in people. That's why God wants us to feed everybody. God wants us to feed one another, because, there's people out there who are battling with, insecurities, who are battling with things that, like they're giving up like this little girl did. She just took her video down because of what she didn't receive. And you cannot, the minute you begin to identify yourself by people, you lose who you are. The minute you start to identify yourself by people, you lose who you are. And you have to be very cognitive of that, because I feel like I was telling the girls, is that I feel like social media and Instagram, it has you to hide behind, because they got these filters, they got all these things. It has you to hide behind who you are not. It has you to hide behind these things, because it's like, I'm saying, okay, so after you put that picture up, you got all your filters on there. You're going to go back in that mirror and still see yourself as being ugly. You're going to still be like, okay, am I pretty? And that's what I was telling him. I'm like, how many? Because these kids have these social media websites. And so I have to come to them on a real level. Like, when you put that picture up, are you still going back to that? After you put that picture up, you put all those filters on there. Do you go back feeling more uplifted? Or do you still feel like you're just like, and majority of them was like, exactly. And so that's why you cannot, I told her, I said, as long as God continues to further his purpose and his gift through me, honestly, I can care less about people liking my videos. I can care less about the views. All I care about is that God, he looks down at Desiree and he sees that my daughter is doing what I call her to do in purpose. That supersedes anything. My validation is in God. And I had to grow to know that. Cause I was there. I had to grow to know that my validation is in God. It does not matter how many likes I get on a picture. It does not matter how many people tell me that. My validation at the end of the day, when I end this video, is still gonna be found in God. Because people will always fail you. And that's why God doesn't want us to look to dependency. Okay, well, so-and-so didn't give me this. She didn't say my outfit was cute. Okay, you tell yourself, like my mom always say, encourage yourself in the Lord. You encourage yourself. If somebody else ain't giving it to you, you encourage yourself. Okay, guys, and let me read y'all this scripture that I had came across. It says that it's Galatians 1:10. It says, am I now trying to win the approval of men, which is people, or God? Or am I trying to please men? If I was still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. How powerful is that, man? That scripture is amazing. It says, Galatians 1:10. Am I now trying to win the approval of men or God? Or am I trying to please men? If I was still trying to please men, I will not be a servant of Christ. God simply says it in his word right there. If you're trying to please men, you are not a servant of Christ. He says right there in his word. And I'm like, whoa. And so that's why you have to hide behind God. If you want to, if anything, hide behind God, because God can shield you. God can shield you in that insecure place. God can shield you in that doubt. God can shield you in that fear. God can shield you in that hurt. God can shield you. Nothing else can shield you like God can shield you. And that scripture is amazing. I love it. The next one I wanted to ask was that what else was it? Oh yeah, when in Genesis 3:8, guys, this is still on hiding. It says that the man and his wife heard God walking in the garden. They hid from the Lord. And then he said, well, this is what Adam said in Genesis 3:12. The woman you gave me, she had me to eat it. Basically what he said. Okay, the reason why I'm in hiding, guys, because that woman that you gave me, she gave me the freaking fruit, and now I am at this place. What are you blaming your life for where you're hiding? What are you blaming in your life for where you're hiding? So you're saying, okay, well, the reason why I'm hiding in sex is because, God, this is this reason. Or the reason why I'm hiding in him, God, is because of this reason. Or the reason why I'm hiding in that, God, is because of this reason. Or, God, the reason why I'm hiding is because of this reason. The reason why I'm hiding is because of this reason. And it's like, what are you blaming? So you begin to blame instead of just, you know what? God, I allow myself to fall to this place. Instead of just you blame somebody else for your downfall. I can't blame somebody when I used to smoke weed. I can't say, okay, well, God, the reason why, I'm in hiding, I'm hiding behind this, guys, because, so-and-so had me to smoke. No, when you was in that room with all those people that said they were your friend, and they didn't know who they were either. You're smoking. They put that blunt to your lips. Could you have said no? Yeah. When you knew that sex was not what you supposed to have been doing at 15, but you did it, could you have said no? I could have. Yep. When you were doing this, could you have did this? Yeah, I could have. So that's why I don't do the blame thing. I don't do the blame game, because you have to take responsibility for your own actions. Okay, God, well, I didn't do this because, this held me back, or this. No, God is looking at you to get things done. I can't say, okay, well, I didn't, like, for instance, when I was doing that video, the video I had put out, the Unspoken Journey, it was many nights, guys, I was sleeping. And it's like, okay, God, I can't, well, let's say I didn't finish the video in the time that God wanted me to. So I'm saying, okay, God, the reason why I didn't do it because I was tired. Okay, Desiree, but you knew that there's purpose tied to you. You knew. See, there's things that we know, but we don't want to. But we rather just hide behind lies than confront our truth. Okay, I know I need to do this, but I'd rather just hide right here. I don't want to face truth right now. And a lot of people don't want to face truth, so they rather just hide in it. They rather just hide behind lies. So even with friends, okay, I don't want to be around, like, I look at, okay, I don't want to be around a person that's going to tell me what I need to know about myself. I want to be around somebody that's going to feed me BS. Oh, girl, you good. Knowing that this person is needing to get from a place. That's why you have to, another thing too, surround, you don't want to hide behind people who are limited, who are limited in their own life. So they're only going to limit you. I'm not finna hide with you. I'm not, because I have things to do. I have places to be, and I'm not finna lessen who I am just to keep you in my circle. And that's kind of where I am. Like, a lot of people that I used to talk to, I don't really talk to them. It's not because of, one, of course, my appetite began to change, and it's like things that they were doing, it didn't excite me no more. But I kind of look at that at the end of the day, when I was staying where I was staying, I was only limiting myself. I was limiting who Desiree was. And you want somebody that's going to be like, you know what, girl, you need to go do this. You need to go do that. It's like, I remember I had the supervisor. I was hiding behind fear. I didn't want to go to school. Cause I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do all this. I don't know how to go apply for college. I don't know how to do all this other stuff. So instead of me bettering myself, I limited myself. And I said, you know what, I'll just get a job and just do this. And so I had this supervisor that, had told me, he was like, Desiree, I see potential in you. And he's like, you know what? I'm finna let you go. He told me he finna let me go. He basically let me know I'm finna fire you because I see more in you, and I don't want you to get stuck here. You want friends like, you want somebody to be like, you know what, so-and-so, I see more in you. And I don't want you getting stuck here. I know you can do this. I know that you have the potential. Girl, you should go do this. You can do it. But you have to, but the thing about it, what's limiting a lot of people and what's keeping us stagnant is because by us not telling, like, if I'm around somebody and I see the potential in them, I'm always like, you know what, I think you should do this or you should do that. And then because I feel like I want somebody to do the same thing to me. But if you're surrounding some people who only gonna be like, girl, girl, they all they gonna try to do is keep you where they are, because, like, at the end of the day, they don't want you to surpass them. So why would I tell you anything to take you from a place and you're gonna be leaving me? Like, no, because right now we're both right here. But the minute that you find out who you are, you're gonna go right here and you're gonna leave me. And I can't tell you that. So I want you to stay hiding just like I'm hiding. Let's stay in these insecurities. Let's stay in these emotions. Let's stay in blaming people. Let's stay in this place. So we won't so we only can just, be at that one level. I'm trying to get to the next level. And I need somebody, like I told God, I need people that's going to be in my life, that's going to be tied to my purpose, that's going to take me to the next level. I cannot, like TDJ said, I can't hang around chickens. If I'm an eagle, I need somebody that's going to be able to help me soar. I can't be around chickens. I cannot. And it's like, I don't mind helping people to get them to that place. But if I see that you are okay with being stuck, I gotta go to the next, because I can't limit who I am because of what you're refusing to face. If I face my enemy, if I face my demons, if I face these things that kept me stagnated, if I face these things, and then when I look back, it's things I'm not gonna want to stay around anymore, because it's like I'm a new me. And that's kind of how I look at it. I'm a new me. I cannot stay around people that are not tied to my purpose. I cannot. And that's for anybody. You want to surround yourself around people that's going to be able to get you to the place that God has called for you to be. And if you can't find, and if you're around somebody, like, let's say, for instance, I had said, so my sister, which I'm so proud of her, y'all. She stopped smoking. My sister stopped smoking. And I am so proud of her because, when she stopped smoking, she told me she began to see who, like people she used to hang around with, they began to say that she was acting different. So you see what I'm talking about? When the minute you change, people going to start saying you acting different. No, I'm not acting different. I'm just no longer who I used to be. My appetite does not drive me the same way it used to drive me. It's taking me a different place. And then so they begin to see, you don't have to distance. See, when you begin walking in change, that's the thing about it. You don't have to force distance from people. God will begin to distance them from you. They'll begin distancing themselves, because change, like, let's say light does not want to come into light, because light is going to expose. This is darkness, this is light. If you're changing your light and they're still in darkness, they don't want to be around you, because your light is going to expose where I'm not. Your light is going to expose where I am not at, and I don't want to face that right now. Your light is going to expose where I am not at, and I don't want to face it right now. So you know what? I'd rather go around other dark people. So now, when dark people are around dark people, they're in hiding, right? If you're in a dark place, you can't see because the lights are not on. So everybody that's in a dark place, and so darkness wants to hang around darkness because they are comfortable with hiding. You understand you like hiding? I like hiding. Let's stay together. Light likes to expose and change. I don't want to be around you. So darkness and light don't mix, because the light is going to always expose. That's why I said when people come to God, they're like, okay, God, I don't know if I want to come to you yet, because God is light. This is light, right? And God is saying, the minute you coming to me, this darkness right here, I'm going to begin to expose it. I'm going to expose it so I can walk through and bring you to who you are. That's the amazing thing about God. And that's why you have to not be afraid of being exposed of those flawed places in your life. That's why you have to come out of hiding. And I really truly love God. I love God because he doesn't allow the things that kept you in darkness to be the things that has him to define who you are. Like, okay, well, that's why you did this in darkness before you came to me, so this is who you are. Like, no. It's like past is past. Another thing too is that what else was it? Yeah, so that really, okay, no, that's what it said. Another thing too, guys, was that when you're not receiving what you're wanting, you deny yourself from having. That came to me before I leave the house. It says when you're not receiving what you're wanting, you deny yourself from having. So when you're not receiving what you're wanting, so you're not receiving the things that you want. Okay, so, I want this change, but what it's giving me, it's not, I feel like, I still feel like, it's not enough. And so you deny yourself from having change because of what you feel like change is not giving you. Change is a process, guys. Change is a process. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, when me and Lauren gave up sex, that was change, right? We're fighting urges. We're fighting each other because of the urges. But if we would have gave up because of the fight to resist, and because of the urges that we were not that we were struggling with, we would have missed we would have missed what God had for us. And God had greater for us. And that's why you have to be open to God. Okay, God, I fully submit to you to come into my life, to expose me of my flaws, so I can come into who I need to be. Give me the strength to let go of what you're calling me to let go. Because in order for that whatever you're wanting to be, what would you say? In order what you're wanting to reach that place of potential that you feel that you can be, you have to allow God to get you there. You can't get there by yourself. I couldn't have became a wife by myself. Just couldn't. I couldn't have, because I never even thought about being. I've never thought about. I wasn't that child that thought about, you know, girls like, oh, but I always thought about a wedding. You know, I thought about getting married and all this. And that's the crazy part about it. Me and Lamar we were okay with shacking up. We were okay with that because it was like, I mean, basically common law married, right? That's what the world say now. We're common law married. But are you married under God? No, you're not. So, when I can come from that place, and so it was like I didn't see myself. It's like that goes back to that thing I was talking about. When you see where you're at, it has you to be blinded from who you are. You look at, okay, well, this is where I'm at. This is who I am. Like I told you guys, I didn't see the role models of marriage in my family. I didn't see the role models of how a wife should be. I didn't see that role model. So I literally had to go. That's what I'm saying. I had to come to this thing where God has to be behind me because I didn't see it. I didn't see it the way that God wanted me to see it. You see what I'm saying? So God said, there's like the wife I want you to be. I can't, like he said on my wedding day, my pastor said, you can't find on TV. You can't find in books. You can't find in this. You only can find who you are. The wife who you are called to be, you can only find it in me. The person who you are called to be, guys, God said you can only find it in me. Facebook can't give you that. Instagram can't give you that. Clothes, hair, nails, eyelashes, all this, it can't give you that. What you're looking for can only be found in me. And if you don't find it in me, you're going to continue to find yourself searching and searching and searching. Just like I was, and I kept going from boyfriend to boyfriend, sex to sex. I was searching because I didn't know me. I didn't know who I was. But I do want to share with you guys this, because the Tony Evans book that I'm reading, which was really, really good. Where was it? Where is it? Yeah, it says that, someone has convinced them there is something wrong with their true identity. Besides trying to buy an identity, another common mistake many people make is linking their identity with their activity. We do this when we identify ourselves by our profession or trade. Believers are especially prone to this trap because we often reduce the Christian life to a set of activities that we either perform or avoid. One of my former seminary professors once taught at a large secular university. He was basically telling them that Christianity was not a performance, but it's a relationship. It's not about what you can and can't do. It's a relationship that you're building with God. And it starts with you coming from high. So God is saying, where are you? Where are you? I'm ready for the relationship that I'm calling you to have with me. I'm ready for it. Are you willing to let go? Like Adam and Eve, when they were hiding, they tied to themselves. They found out they was naked. Fig trees. Are you willing to let go of the fig trees, the leaves of your familiar, to come into where I'm calling you to be? Are you willing to come out from hiding? God is saying, I'm calling. Like I said, God is calling you. Are you going to reject the call? Are you going to answer it? Are you going to reject it because you feel like, okay, God, I can't, like right now, God, I mean, I want to be in you right now, but God, like right now, like I don't think I can just give you all of me. That's okay. Give God what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, God, okay, God, this is what I can, this is what I feel like I have. Because he knows what, like I told you guys, I feel like, okay, I couldn't possibly give up sex. But God knew that's right. I know what's in you. I know what's in you. You don't know it, but okay, you think you can't, okay, but I know what's in you. So even when I went to Lamar about giving it up, I still was like, how in the hell I'm finna do this? Like, I don't even know if I can even do this. Like, you see what I'm saying? But God knew. That's what I'm saying. So he knows. So even if you say, okay, God, you know, like, I don't want to come to you right now because I'm still doing this. It's okay. He's saying, come from hiding. He's asking, where are you? Where are you, my child? Where are you, daughters of Zion? Women, we are daughters of Zion, which I love that. Daughters of Zion. He's asking, where are you? I'm calling you. I'm needing you to come. Come from the things that's keeping you in hiding. Come from the things that's defining who you are. From who you, it's like that. It's defining who you are, but it is not who you are. It is defining who you think you are, but it is not who you are. And so you have to understand that we are not defined by the things we hide behind. Like I said, if you hide too long, you're only prisoning yourself. And my husband and I was talking, what makes the prisoners that's in a penitentiary, what makes them any different from us that's out here living in the world? They're behind a physical bar, but what bar are you behind? What bar are you prison behind? What bar is keeping you in hiding, like that, you can be set free from? Like I told you guys, the keys to free us is found inside of us. Just like when God had, if you guys don't know the story about Adam and Eve, that's the first book of the Bible. It's in the book of Genesis. So if you don't know it, go look in Genesis. You go to Bible Gateway, type in Genesis chapter 1 and just start from there. But when God had, when Adam wanted a wife, whatever, I guess you'll say, God had went inside of him and took the rib. And he took that rib and he made woman. He made his other half from him. That's why they say, you're my other half. Because they're literally in the Bible, God took the rib from Adam and put in Eve. And it made her. And so God will take what's inside of you that you have to make what he needs from you. You see what I'm saying? So everything that you're wanting is found inside of you. Just like what Adam was wanting, God used what he was wanting. That he used the very thing that he was wanting. He took from inside of him. So what you're wanting is found inside of you. God is saying, are you willing to come out of hiding to have it? Are you willing to come out of hiding to have it? Okay, God, I want this. I want to go further in my career. I want to go further in this. I want to go further now. I want this. I want that. But God's saying, are you willing to come out of hiding to have it? Because when you come out of hiding, it releases you from that prison cell, guys. And people don't know that like this right here, your thoughts can be a prison. You can be prisoned by your own insecurities. You can be prisoned by your own doubt. By whatever is inside of you, you can be prisoned. And if you're not careful, you can be prisoned for a long time and not even know it. And then you find yourself like, what? Dang, like, why am I still in the same place? Because God is saying you never accessed the keys that was inside of you. You never went deep down inside to access the keys that were inside of you. And that's all God wants us to do. He wants us to go deeper. Can we go deep? Can you go deeper to find who you really are in me? I'm not saying go to church. Okay, you go to church Sundays. Okay, devil go to church too, guys. Because it's not about being, the typical, okay, go to church. I go to church. That can become routine. You going to church, no routine. You going to church as routine, and there's no relationship there. It's dry. That's kind of like what it was in me when I was growing up. My mama had us going to church all the time, but there was no relationship that was there with God with me. Like I didn't have a relationship with him. I didn't even know who he was. I just knew who she told me he was, but I didn't know who he was for myself. So, I was going to church, but I wasn't seeing any change. I was still seeing the same thing, but at the end of the day, I had to get to a place of knowing my relationship with God and who he was, and it just took time. And it's like, can't nobody tell you your relationship with God. You have to find your relationship with God for yourself. Like, I can give you guys, like, I'm here to give you guys the word. Like, God has given me this to give you guys the word, to plant seeds in you guys, so y'all can begin to further and grow the things that God has placed inside of y'all. So God has placed inside of me a seed. He placed inside of you a seed, everybody a seed. And he wants us to water those seeds so they can grow. And as water those seeds, we go water somebody else's seeds. And somebody else sees, and somebody else sees, and everybody begins to grow. That's what the body of Christ is supposed to be. It's about growth. It's not about, I'm this, you're that, like, no, we're all this right here. Cause we're under one person. There's one person, and we're all right. We're all right here together. It's just we're all right here. So that's why I don't like titles. That's why I don't like the whole titles in church. Cause I feel like, I know God's a God of order. I know he's a God of discipline. So I get that. But titles, I don't feel like it should define who you are. Like, I'm not finna define myself as, okay, well, this, like, no, I am still a child of God, just like you are a child of God. I am still growing, just like you are still growing. the thing is that everybody's hunger is different. Some people want to walk. Some people are raised walking in obedience to God. Some people are not. But the minute they come into walking in obedience, they will be just like the people who are in obedience of walking in God. And it even says so, because if you, I think it's like what it says, if you, I forgot what it says. I don't want to give you guys the wrong scripture, but basically you want to begin to walk in obedience with God, because when you begin to walk in disobedience, you will only, it's like you reap what you sow, basically. What you put in is what you get out. What you put in is what you get out. So if you're not putting anything into God, don't expect so much to come out. Like I was saying, like when me and Lamar was just living our life, like I'm putting so much into him. I'm putting so much into me, but I'm not putting any in God. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we hit that rock. That's how we hit that rock, and we was only going so far. But the minute we put God in it, this rock, this wall, removed, and it stopped being a rock, and God came through, and God began to take us further than where we took ourselves. That's why I said, Lamar has said on the last video, is that your fuel can only take you where it can take you, and you're gonna eventually burn out. Like just like with gas, you're gonna put gas in there, and you're gonna go so far, and then it's gonna, okay, you need some more gas. You have to keep on refilling. Guys, okay, when are you gonna get tired of refilling that gas? I'm the fuel I'm the eternal fuel that you're needing. I'm the internal change that you're needing. I am. Nobody else. Nothing else. Not your money. Not your clothes. Not your house. Not anything else but me. And that's what it is, guys. So just ask. So when I do these videos, and I like to ask questions in these videos. So you can, if you write it down, or if you remember it, whatever you remember from the video, you can go back and you can ponder on it. You can like, what am I hiding behind? Like, what am I hiding behind that's keeping me from going further than I need to go? What is keeping me from going further than I need to be? You see what I'm saying? I had to realize, okay, what was keeping me going further from where I need to be was my will not to submit. I wasn't ready to submit to God, because I feel like being in God was boring. I feel like being in God was rules. I feel like being in God was just waste of time. I didn't see, I mean, what's the point? Because I seen so many hypocrites, and so I define what I seen and what I perceive limit me from being in God. And don't allow what somebody else walk. Like if you see somebody that's in God, not doing the things of God, don't allow that to change your relationship with God, because that's them. Pray for where they are at. If you see a pastor or a bishop that you feel like, okay, well, they're like, like I seen them do this and I don't trust them, they always trying to take somebody's money. Don't get too caught up in the hype of what you're seeing that they're not doing right. God did not call for you to go judge them. He's not like this girl in my spiritual group class. She said, we're not called to be prosecutors and judges. We're just sometimes called to be a witness to the people of Christ. That's it. So don't allow what you see somebody else not doing keep you from your walk, because God is calling you to a place, and you cannot allow, even when I started walking in God, Lamar, he didn't come on board right away. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to understand, my mama, she always talked about God. Like God was like, she was the one who put anointing all on your head. She was that, that parent. You know what I'm saying? She was very strict when it came to God and stuff. So Lamar background wasn't really that. So of course it was more of like when God says, like when you're in God, and I got saved young anyways, you will never depart from God. No matter how far you go, you will always come back to him. But if Lamar never knew God, how can he come back to something that he never knew? That's why God had to use me to help him to know who God is, and to find out, to let him know who he is in God. So we had to all I had to get in order. When I got in order, and then I was able to help him to get in order. And that's what it balanced on. He was able to see who God was, how it works, and and he's still learning as he is going. And so that's how it works. We just have to keep on feeding each other. And I had to first, that's what I was telling my girls, I had to come out of being in hiding so that I can be free. When I got out of hiding, when you come out of hiding, I feel like when you're in hiding, you're being selfish, because God is calling you to go to other people, and God is calling you to do things that he's calling you to do. But if you're in hiding with your fear, your insecurities, your doubt, whatever it is, it's like you're not allowing God to use you effectively, because you're in hiding. That's why you have to ask God. You have to remove that shield of hiding. Whatever your shield is, like I said, you have to remove, because in God, you have to be selfless. You have to be selfless. And in being selfless, you have to remove this. You have to remove what's keeping you in hiding. You have to remove it. I couldn't do what I'm doing right now, guys. If I allow sex to keep me in hiding, I couldn't be effective in what God called me to do for my purpose that He had through me. You see what I'm saying? That's why when we stay stuck, we allow other people to be imprisoned. If you want to look, that's how I see it. When you stay stuck, you allow other people to be imprisoned. That's just like a person that's smoking weed, and then another person that's smoking weed, and somebody else that wants to stop smoking weed, but the person that's smoking weed ain't encouraging them to stop smoking weed because they still smoking weed. And it's like, how are you benefiting me? How are you helping me grow? How? I'm prison just like you're prison. How am I free? I'm prison just like you're prison. That's why you have to be around people that's going to add to your purpose and take you to the next level. People that God assigns in your life. Ask God, assign people in my life, God, that's tied to my purpose. Not people that's going to try to keep me, that's going to be jealous of me. I ask God, it's so crazy. I ask God this morning. I say, God, place me around, I want to be around women, because I know I want to do women's ministry, guys. Youth ministry, you know, all of it. I say, God, place me around women that are not envious of me, that don't want what I want, that don't want what I have, that are actually there to help me build the purpose you call me to, and I can help them build the purpose that you called them to. Somebody that's going to be able to be my building block, not be their building block. I don't want to be around somebody that has, you know, it's like if you can't embrace me, if you envious of me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't embrace, like, when I do these words, like, you couldn't embrace what God gives me if you don't like me, right? God has to come in and reconstruct you. He has to reconstruct your heart to see, so He can show you who I am in the spirit. So you're looking at who I am you're looking at who I am in the flesh of this skin of this body, but God sees who I am in the spirit. And so that's why I ask God, I have to be around people that can feed my spirit. I can't be around people who are envious of me, because it's like they're only draining my spirit. But even though your enemies, they can build you, because I've had people like this in my life. They still build me. But I'm just still saying, I want people that's going to help me to further where I'm trying to get to. And I can't, it's like, I can't keep, you know, like my mama always, like what she said, she wants people that's going to be able to, what she say, something about, like, she want to be around people that's going to just tolerate her, but actually that's going to be, embrace it to her. Like, don't just tolerate me because you have to tolerate me, but you're actually going to just be there to, you know, embrace me, embrace the woman of God I'm coming into, embrace the change. And it's like they can't embrace my change if they're not walking in change. And that's why that's what God has helped me to understand. I can't get what I'm wanting out of them if they're not in the season. Does that make sense? Let's say I'm wanting apples, right? But all they have is oranges. How can they give me apples if all they have is oranges? Now, the season that God has him in, He has them only producing oranges. So they can't give me apples if they're only producing oranges in this season. So I have to embrace their growth. I have to embrace that growth. But I'm just saying that I want God to find a person that's in the season. I'm producing apples, they're producing apples. See what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to be able to help me to climb to get to the next place. So I can, you know, further because I can't keep limiting myself to limited people, like to people that don't see past, you know, that does not see past the growth of where they need to be at. Like, I keep, you know, feeding you, but then it's like, then you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And I'm not finna keep leading the same horse. You know, I'm finna, you know, at the end of the day, this horse gonna have to want to drink the water itself. But I met this girl today, and I feel that God, he positioned her, because I prayed for that, and I'm gonna see how this go. And so I'm just letting him position. I'm letting him position, because I told him what I specific and what I want. I said, God, I want somebody that's not gonna be jealous of me, somebody that's gonna actually see. I'm gonna see the purpose that God has through them. They're gonna see the purpose that God has through me, and we're gonna build God's kingdom together. That's what I want. I want somebody that's going to go in and we're going to build God's kingdom together. We're going to go in. We're going to, you know, I use their talent, they use my talent. We come together. We're like a big explosion together. And that's the end thing, guys. You want to be surround yourself around somebody who's going to actually embrace the change you're trying to get to. Don't be around somebody who's going to be like, yeah, Like, I'm not finna be around that. I'm not finna allow my spirit to be around that. I'm not finna be draining it. I'm not finna hide behind it. I'm not. I am at a place to where I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding. And now I just want God to begin to expose. And as he exposes me of myself, as he exposes me of other people, he's growing me. And I just want him to place around me women that are going to, there are women in my life that they're already here. I'm just saying, like, I guess, you know, because I have tendency of attracting older women, but I guess more so, I guess that's probably what God, I don't know, but yeah, because I've always been mature, so yeah, but I'm gonna let you guys go, but that's where I'm at right now. I just want God to place around me people that are actually wanting to change. I'm not people that want to come around me just to show off, I don't have time for that. Place God has me in my life right now, I don't have time for it. I'm on purpose, and I'm trying to get to a place, and if you're not ready, then just let God continue to keep working on you. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So y'all just continue to ask God to just place people around your life that's going to help you to get to where he's calling you to be. Not where you're wanting to be, but where he's calling you to be. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm about to go eat, and yeah. So I love you guys, and I always know that my favorite scriptures is I don't know, it's God, I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthens me, and God is before all things, and in him all things hold together. That's my favorite one. God is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And of course, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So, okay, guys. All right. Peace. And may God continue to strengthen you in your spirit. And I pray that God's, this word touched you where you were at, you know, and wherever you were needing to be fed. So, yeah. So, all right, guys. Continue to allow God to lead your life. And don't ever lose sight of him. And always keep him as first priority. Never second or last. All right. Peace.